Good day, everyone. My name is James Oyeleye. I am a program associate at Corona Management System Nigeria. I'm glad to be part of this conference, and I will be making presentations on analytical hierarchical process for modeling malaria vulnerability index among local government area in Bayelsa State, Nigeria. Malaria remains a leading cause of preventable morbidity and mortality in sub-Saharan Africa, with Nigeria persistently accounting for substantial burden. Transmission is intensely heterogeneous over a short distance due to interactions among climates, hydrology, vector ecology, human settlement, and access to preventions and care. Bayelsa State, as one of the states in Nigeria, is situated in a coastal Niger Delta, which is amplified by hydroecological templates of low elevations, mangrove swamps, and high year-round rainfall that sustain malaria recipients and complicate uniform program strategies over the years. For the purpose of this paper, our aim is to understand how vulnerability indicators should be weighted to accurately reflect the unique malaria ecology and healthcare services environment of Bayelsa State. Also, we intend to examine the spatial patterns that emerge when these indicators are integrated into a comprehensive vulnerability index. By way of methodology, we constructed a spatial explicit malaria vulnerability index for Bayelsa State, Nigeria, by integrating harmonized geospatial datasets on hydroclimate terrain, land use cover, hydrology, accessibility, population administrative boundaries, and routine malaria surveillance. Having done this, we were able to combine 13 different variables, including distance to streams, distance to wetlands, the slope, the elevations, and distance to boundaries, to be able to measure different vulnerability index for each of the local governments that we have in the states. And based on the pairwise comparison matrix that we did, analysis shows that each of these criteria will have different priority weights, which actually account for different percentage. Findings from this study shows that across Bayelsa State, the malaria vulnerability index was dominated by medium vulnerability class, which covers 77.1% of the land, with low and high classes covering 17.2% and 5.7% respectively. Medium vulnerability was the largest component in every LGA, ranging from 57.02% in Kolokuma-Okokuma to 89.05% in Nembe, while low vulnerability was mostly prominent in Kolokuma-Okokuma with 42.12% and 34.25% in Hogbia and Yenegua with 32.77%. From the findings of this study, we conclude that in Bayelsa State, vulnerability to malaria is overwhelming and is structured by hydrology and hydroclimate natures with proximity to streams and wetland, rainfall, microtrophic wetlands, which is actually what is driving the malaria vulnerability index. The landscape is dominated by medium vulnerability with localized high vulnerability pockets concentrated in riverine LGA. And finally, these findings are shown that there is likelihood that the combination of ecological and healthcare system processes and instant scaling of counts with population size resulted into high vulnerability in the LGA earlier mentioned. Thank you.